Hello, everybody. How are you tonight? Welcome to the live chat, late night live chat with Kettle Kitchen. Had some issues with my internet, so I had to switch over to the phone. Sorry about being late, and we're gonna go ahead and just jump right on. My internet, so I had to switch over to the phone. Sorry about being late. Two of our guests on, and that'd be Chris from Chris and Larry Homestead, and Blue from Blue Self Reliance. Welcome. Hey, I want to make a shout out because I just found this information out. Congratulations to Chris and Larry Homestead for hitting your 10K. Good job.
We are so honored and so humbled, you guys. We are so thankful for our online family of supporters. So thank you. We appreciate it as a family with our deepest. It has been an incredible journey. So
that's awesome. That's really cool. I want to say hello. We might have a couple other people joining us. I'm not sure about it for sure. But I want to say hi to Dale and Lisa from 9 Acre Family Farms, Annette at Kitchen and Urban Homestead. Annie, I'm going to send you an email. I would like you to look at it. I won't do it until a little bit later, but please do check your email. Lisa from Mrs. Lazy Days Ahead. Now, I'm clarifying something because I've said this out there before. I have now started calling Jesse and Lisa sweet and sour. And that man will try to tell you, I keep calling her sour and he's sweet. So I'm clarifying, she's the sweet, he's the sour. Okay. He even threatened me the other night and said he knows a few men and he will not hesitate if needed. Dark Lord Minute, hello, how are you tonight? Thank you for coming. Oh, look, Chris and Larry Homestead are in the chat. Nice to see you.
Good to see you. Good to see
you. And of course, there's Jesse. Thank you for showing up, Jesse. Appreciate you doing modding. I always appreciate it. Thank you. And I hate the jumpy thing here. Teresa, I did this when I did the giveaway and I massacred this name. I know I did, but I'm going with Jukiewicz. I'm not sure if it's correct or not. Teresa S., thank you for coming. Tanya Shepard, whoever you might be, hello. That's my sister, just so everybody knows it. Wendy Benjamin, thank you for showing up. Little Rich Farms, that's Mark. I woke him up. Sorry.
Not sorry. Not sorry.
Not sorry.
Not sorry.
It's our late night chat, Mark. Sorry about that. We tend to do this on Friday nights just randomly at 9 p.m. for some reason. Excuse me. Gotta drink some water. So, I wanted to talk a little bit about, real quick, Jam It Up June is going awesome. We've now had 25 videos, a lot of good comments, a lot of good information, a lot of good recipes out there. One, if you want a little 2-minute humor, 2.5-minute humor, go watch Jesse and Lisa's. That's hilarious.
You want to all the videos.
Yeah,
Jesse, you're gonna what?
Of all the videos that have been put out, and don't get me wrong, I've watched every single one of them, but Jesse and Lisa's just took the top. It was.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I said
breathe for laughing.
I know. I was watching it. I mean, literally, I woke up, I got my coffee and sat down because that's what I do every morning. I get out here, turn my computer on, and then I go through and watch the video because I want to make sure they get added to the playlist and all that, kind of stuff. And I'm sitting there now, mind you, I just woke up, so I'm only 20 minutes into being woke up, still sipping on my first cup of coffee, and I almost spit my coffee out. Okay, I'm sitting there dying laughing at this production he put on. And one of the lives we were on the other night, I said, yeah, it was like all of a sudden we had Run DM Lazy in the house. Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
Bro.
And every single video that they're all amazing. I have all these videos bookmarked for me. Oh, there's Dale.
Hi, Dale.
Hi.
The watch later on my playlist so that I can go back and do it all over again. You know, for each of them, there's a whole bunch that I want to accomplish. I want to follow what they're doing, but like I said, you can't pass up the Jesse and Lisa one.
No.
You just caught me off guard with the run DM lazy. I was in the back. I was like full belly laughing, and I plugged in my headphones so Lisa can't hear what's going on, and she just looks at me like, "Why are you laughing uncontrollably?"
Okay, because it's totally quiet and you're just hilariously laughing for no reason.
Yes,
that's funny. I'm reading Jesse's comments.
Oh, the trouble causer.
Yeah.
There he is.
The other thing I want to say, and this is something I'm very proud of, and it couldn't have been done without all of the collaborators, as well as all the viewers watching the videos. We've had almost 26,000 views on this collaboration.
Holy moly.
That's insane.
That is an applaud thing because that is awesome, and I will take that to the bank.
25 of them are me.
Well, that's fine. That's okay.
No, you know what, this collab, and I'm so sad that I did not get in with this one. Because there's, like I said, so many amazing channels and so many amazing recipes on top of it. It's one of those. So I'm actually looking forward to the November noodle that you do have coming up, because I'm in there. Feels in there. So no, just seeing these channels, I'm so seriously impressed with, from the channels that have 50 people on them to those channels that you've got ones with a lot of people following. I'm so over impressed. Every single video, it seems to be, I mean, they took their time making, they're amazing. Like I said, I've watched every one of them, and I'm really impressed with every single one of them.
I'm telling you, it's like, go ahead, Tony.
I'm making weird faces because, of course, when you get on live, the dog's got to bark, right?
That's like every time I try to record a video. Have you not heard my hound dog in the backyard?
Yes,
he's like,
I do, and I'm thankful they do it. In all honesty, because then I don't feel like I'm the only one.
Yeah,
but you finish what you were saying though, because I think you were going to make a good point. So please.
No, I was just going to say that I was going to echo what Chris said. The collaborators in the Jam It Up June is just, I mean, it's amazing, and it makes us as a channel, we're like, we got to step our game up here, and if we're going to be involved in Noodle in November, I don't know, maybe I'll have to have like rockets going on and pyrotechnics in order to be on the Mod Fathers level, but
exactly, I'm here to tell you, and I'm not cutting anybody else down, really. I'm appreciative of all the videos out there. I think everybody's done a wonderful job. I think the recipes are awesome, but when you look at Cassandra's Becoming a Farm Girl and you look at Jesse and Lisa's video, there's a lot of time put into those videos, and I'm not saying everybody else doesn't put time into it. That's not what I'm saying.
No, they're all good,
but
every one of them is good.
They are, and I'm not. Please don't anybody take it offensively. That's not what I mean. But those two videos are on a different caliber than even mine. I'm being honest about it. Mine don't even come close to those two videos.
Yeah,
it's nice to see that style put out there when you're not used to seeing it, and it makes you think about, how do I better my video production to emulate possibly that type of video. You're not necessarily going to do it, and it's not a bad thing if you don't, but it is something to refer to because it might be a great thing for you. So the other thing too, and I want to throw this out there, I'm going to ask permission first because we haven't discussed this. Blue, can I announce what's happening next year?
Yes.
Okay. So Blue and I are going to go in together next year, and we are going to have, I'm going to call it the triple threat collaboration.
Yeah,
Okay.
the triple whammy, I reckon.
The triple whammy. Okay, that's what we're going to call it.
Yep.
We're going to have Marmalade May, Jam It Up June 2.0, and Jar It Up July.
I love it.
Yeah. And the Jar It Up one, the July one, is open to anybody doing anything that is in a jar. So it could be dehydrated. It could be like, you know how you give away like cake recipes in a jar. It could be just simple things like that. Whatever you want to put in a jar.
That's
doesn't matter, you know, whatever. And you can put it in there. Yeah.
I'm thinking something freeze dried.
Ooh, fancy. She getting fancy.
But that's the whole point behind it. And me and her had a very long conversation of how do we make this open to as many people as possible. Well, the only way to do that was not to be a jam or a this or a that or you know, a dehydration or freeze dry even. It was to open it up to anything in a jar, and that's from her. That is directly from her. And when, I mean, all of this really is from her. I was just on board instantly. I mean, honestly. So we're gonna move forward with it, and I hope it's as successful as this year has been, because this has been very awesome. I know it has for my channel. I know it has for quite a few of the collaborators, and I know for a collaboration in general to have 26,000 views from a small channel, I'll take it any day of the week and take it to the bank, because it's been very, very good for all of us. So,
and so Jarred Up June, you say, or Jarred Up July is going to be basically an open?
It's an open. Yeah.
Open
it's open to
content.
anybody doing anything.
Yeah.
Open in content.
Yes, I think we've decided we're going to do the calendar thing like we did in Jam It Up June. This one, that way we can make sure we're hopefully not duplicating too many things.
Yeah.
Because to me, the whole point is putting out a video of new content. It does you no good to, like in Jam It Up June. It'd be no really good point for us to put four videos of jarring up blueberry jam only the same way. That makes no sense to do that, other than you're just trying to promote the collaborators, which we're trying to do. But the whole point is give recipes to people that they may not have used or may not have in their recipe book, whatever it may be. So,
well, I totally can't wait to see all the amazing channels that will be joining this. I mean, just like I said, just watching the ones that were in this group, I'm in awe. So this is going to be amazing, because we're talking 90 some odd days of recipes.
Well, the other thing that goes with that too, and we've talked about it, because there is a possibility, let's be realistic about it. It's something that I wish I had done in this one, but there's a part of me that's glad I didn't, because I can only imagine the logistical chaos associated to it. But if we need to, and we get enough channels involved, we can put 2 videos out a day. We can put, you know, if you do, we're talking 1 video a day for 3 months, that's 90 videos. If we do 2 videos a day, that's 180 videos, with the possibility of 180 channels putting out videos.
Amazing.
That would be awesome, I think.
And there's that many curators out there easily.
Oh, there is.
Yeah, exactly.
Easy. It's getting it out there early enough. It's getting it out there to the various communities. I mean, good thing a lot of us overlap. And so we have a knowledge of each other, and we can get it out there. I'm actually going to push Chris to do a freeze dry thing, because I think that'd be awesome. I really do. And you're one of the few people out there, in all honesty, we hear about it all the time, but you guys are one of the few people that have the freeze dryer. So it would be nice to see something like that, you know, from something we don't normally see.
Absolutely. The best part is not only can we use the concept of me having a freeze dryer, but you can also use the concept that you can purchase freeze dried food.
Right.
So I will make sure that I do a recipe that has easily accessible freeze dried food that you can get at different locations. So we'll make sure that we do it from both angles, because I can freeze dry every day of the week everything that I eat, but if you guys can't access a freeze dryer, it's going to make it really hard. So I'll come up with some recipes of things that you can purchase the freeze dry separately.
Right. I think that's a good idea. I do.
That's awesome.
So in that, I want to move back to Noodle November. I went through my list last night. I got 47 channels wanting to be on board for it.
Amazing.
So we're gonna end up having to do 2 videos a day, because obviously I can't fit 45 and 30. It doesn't work that way. So there you go. I mean, that's what I'm trying to get people to notice. If you just get out there and I know Jesse didn't come up with it, but it's the line he uses all the time: communitize. You got to get out there and associate with other people. You got to get out there, make your channel known to other people. And the only way that's happened is because I've done that. I took that advice to heart and I moved forward with it, and it's paid off. So,
Absolutely.
Well, and it's just like exactly like the first panel live I was on your channel. Like I was saying on there, it doesn't matter what genre of content that you put out. Food connects every genre.
Yes.
So it is the perfect connector to all these different communities and that communitized effort within this YouTube, community. Exactly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
it's a valid point. I don't think any of us really disagree with that. So
no.
So anyways, moving forward, other than Chris and Larry's newest news,
oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
That's
awesome.
What is going on with Chris and Larry Homestead?
Well, we finally hit our 10K, you guys. We are sitting at 10,006 right now. That's what I was just checking. So it looks like, hopefully, as long as everything takes, within the week, we will have an email from YouTube. They send out emails at specific milestones. And so at this point, the only difference on our channel is we will have all of our t-shirt merch under our videos. That's the only thing that you get with the 10,000. But for us, this has been a journey because our YouTube channel is about 5 years old or so. I've had my channel, for many, many years, because I watched YouTube channels 15 years ago, but we started putting videos out about 5 years ago on a major scale. 2 years ago, we were really pushing it, and we monetized 18 months ago. So I want to tell any channel out there that is working on this, it is very doable. I did not do lives to get there. I started lives only 2.5, 3 months ago. So you can do this. I just want to tell any channel out there you can. I mean, that's right. We are very consistent, and that's the biggest part of it is, we keep doing so many videos a week and so many shorts a week when they brought out shorts. So, but as a family, we're just totally in awe and humbled by our online family, because for us, it's you guys that did this for us, not us that did it for you. So. Yeah. It's amazing to me. I am just, Larry and I are both in tears. We finally hit this milestone that we didn't know we would ever hit. And it was not expected until about, 2 weeks ago or so, when we're like, our numbers are creeping up there pretty fast. But we did hit it while on Tuber Chat today. They actually had us on the screen and had our numbers going, and you could see it go up, and all of a sudden it hit that. So
no kidding, that's awesome.
So Kevin over at Tuber Chat definitely helped us out and pushed that last little bit. So
couldn't happen to a better channel.
Thank you. I'm just, like I said, we're still kind of in awe, and we were actually at a livestock show, and I'm trying to do Tuber Chat on my cell phone with like barely any reception, and so it was very cool. We're very excited.
I think the thing that's good, and we've had this conversation before, and I actually remember Dale mentioning this before with Chris and Larry. This is a channel that's not just going to push us little guys off to the side. Absolutely. This is a channel that's been very integral to a lot of us moving forward. They're strong supporters. I cannot name a day that Chris and Larry even though I know it's mainly Chris, that they're not in a live chat talking to people, getting, helping out, pushing information, whatever it may be. And I think that is paramount to the little channels growing, is when you can get a bigger channel that treats you all the same and nobody's different. We all put our pants on together the same way. Well, not together, maybe, but
well, and this is how Larry and I were raised. We weren't raised to be anything but what you guys see. So we're not changing. Obviously, we just get to add our merch. That's the only difference between yesterday and today. So we will be doing a 10,000K giveaway. We actually just threw up a thank you, literally a thank you video as I was texting Tony saying, we got home in time for me to get onto the live. So, the only change is going to be, we're going to have a 10,000K video. That's a giveaway live, probably next week sometime, as long as we get that email from YouTube that says, go ahead. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
And I think that's wonderful. I do.
We're still the little old farm with a whole bunch of kids. That's all we are. So,
but that's the beauty of it, is that nothing's changing for it. You just got 10,000 subscribers. I mean, really, that's the feeling I have about the way you guys want to move forward. Your lives are still going to be the same. Lives, not lives.
Right.
And the content may change somewhat because you're moving in a different direction, but your feel and the hug you have around this community is awesome. It's felt. And I think any of you can disagree with me, but I think all of us, as well as the people in the chat, welcome that very much and appreciate it. And so I want to be one to tell you thank you, because you've helped me immensely through a lot of things, learning and like being on these lives. You're a phone call away. If I called her the other day to ask her about companion gardening, because I didn't know at the time. Blue was asleep, so I had to call somebody. So,
well,
I agree with that. I was sitting in my garden talking to you, so we're good.
It might help that you guys are in the same time zone.
Okay. It helps a little bit, but
now in the fall, when the time zones change, when everybody changes again, I will then be Mountain Time. Right now I'm Pacific, and from what we're not doing daylight savings after this. We get to switch the one last time in the fall, and then I don't know. Maybe I'll be Mountain Standard forever. Then I don't know. Right now, I'm Arizona Mountain Standard, which is always the same. We have too much daylight to save. That's what I finally just decided over the years. Daylight saving. We have too much.
Okay, that's a whole new definition of daylight savings time I hadn't heard yet.
Wow.
I love that. I love
well,
that.
So you guys don't change, and Indiana doesn't change, right? Those are the two states.
Now in Arizona, actually Navajo Nation at the Four Corners region does change. So we've got Arizona minus the little look at the top. But the Four Corners area, they actually do change ahead or behind or ahead. I don't even know anymore. See, because I don't save any daylight, so I have no idea.
I would prefer it to just go stay. I mean,
exactly. That's my thought too. It's too confusing.
Yeah, it is.
It doesn't get dark here till 9:30, 9:45 right now. So
now see, it's 9:30. It's dark out at my house, but we're also lighted. Dark 30 in the morning.
Yeah.
It's dark at about 11:30 at night at the moment, and
right now it's almost dark, but you can still see the sky, and I could physically see things around me. It's not pitch black dark yet. So,
So what time does it go dark there, Blue?
About 11:30.
Oh.
And then it gets daylight somewhere between 2 and 3 in the morning.
Yeah, that's
all I can
Gail's
say.
expression is the same thing I did when I first heard that.
Talk about some serious blackout curtains. That's all I can say.
Yeah, because I'm one of those type of people.
Get used to it, though. I mean, we go to bed fairly early anyway. Sorry.
You know what I mean? I won't go to bed till it's dark. So
right.
But see, we go to bed somewhere between 8 and 9 o'clock anyway, because Tanny's up for work at 4 o'clock in the morning. So we need our sleep. 2
Yeah.
when I
That's
can
why
sleep.
Blue is
So
up talking to us at 4:00 in the morning. So
he's already gone to work this morning. So I'm you know, he's
Well,
gone
first of
already.
all, I got a clarification here. There, in Dale's world, Dale of 9 Acres world, there's no such thing as 4:00 in the morning. There's 4:00 in the afternoon and 4:00 at night. If it happens before 6:00, it's still night.
I'm
love
with you.
So how about Blue? Anything new in Blue Self-Reliance's world?
Yes. There is quite a big thing that's happening. Well, it's big for me.
Wait till you guys hear this one.
Okay, so I got a very strange Instagram message from someone who was saying that they were a casting director off at one of the national channels over here. And I was like, yeah, okay, send me an email. You know, like you do. It's like, yeah, if you're serious about it, send me an email. So I got an email. And
Nice.
I sent it to a friend of mine who actually works for this channel that he's talking about to check it out. Because, you know, it's what you do. And apparently it was serious. So I'm going to be on national TV in the next couple of months. It's a show that's going to be on Channel 5 over here called Budgeting Brits on Benefits. And yeah, in the next couple of weeks, they'll be at my house filming for the next 2 to 4 days, following me around doing things.
Congratulations.
Yeah, so I'm kind of thrown by it all. They found me through, I do a budgeting live on a Friday, mostly. I haven't done it since we've moved because I haven't been well enough. I'm kind of getting to the stage once our internet's fixed on Tuesday, touch wood, that I can do it again. And yeah, but that's how they found me, was through doing that. So that was kind of cool.
So
awesome.
what I do want to say is, when she says they're fixing her internet, you guys have to realize that her internet is in copper tubing and it's dial up.
Woo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ouch.
So
That's amazing.
Congratulations on that, because I think that's wonderful, and shout out to you and your channel. Hold on, I got a loud car driving by.
Okay.
Tony, you just need to move to the country like the rest of us.
Yeah, but I already have country internet. I don't need to make it worse.
I know. You're with me. That's
one thing I can say is I don't have country internet. For living out in the middle of the country, I taught international classes and had to have a certain speed to upload and download. And I called up one of the companies and said, I have to have this if you want my money. And they said, no problem. And they came out and they gave me everything I needed and then some. And I'm like, oh, you just have to tell them money.
Yep.
So,
but okay, hold on. Let's be honest now. While you say that, her husband's also an IT guy at the school district, so there's that too.
It may have been a part of that. No, actually, we do know the guy that was in charge of all this area for internet, and he's a very good customer of my dad's gun store.
There you go.
We'll just leave.
Why do I keep hearing that? I know a guy that knows a guy that knows a guy.
Yeah, I know a guy. That's all
wraps around
and
that.
it's
It
my
all
dad.
wraps around 2A. Have you noticed that? That
What?
2A is big about that.
It is in Arizona, especially.
Yeah. So what's new on 9 Acres Family Farm side of the world?
Nothing near that exciting. We're close to hitting. So we were supposed to have a 1K giveaway. We're waiting on merch. But so I think we're going to hit 1.3 before that happens. We've kind of had a growth spike.
Awesome.
Good.
And so we're working towards our watch hours. We're getting pretty close to that goal. And then farm-wise, we have new animals, watch our last video on the farm. The garden's starting to put out quite a bit, so we took some to the farmer's market, sold most of it, other than our kale. Dale's kale didn't sell good this week. I don't know why. Our kale buyers didn't show up, but so we ate a bunch today.
I was going to say, Dale, if it made you feel any better, if I was in Kansas, I would buy kale from Dale's Kale.
The funniest part about
kale, so
I mentioned that last night in my live. I'm like, what's funny about the whole, because customers started calling it Dale's Kale. You know, what's funny about that is our middle child's name is Kale.
What? Really?
Yeah. True story, honest mention. But so the exciting news for this weekend is we're going to go meet up with Pathways Homestead and help them put on a free chicken processing clinic on their homestead tomorrow. So Lisa and I are going to go help with that. And there's some new channels going to show up there that we haven't met before. So we're excited for that. You know?
That's so cool. That's so cool.
Yep, that is cool. Oh, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'd like to give a shout out to Rooster's 2 review channel. If you guys haven't went there, you guys need to go check them out, and I'll let Dale explain that one.
Oh, yeah. Well, Rooster is our son, our youngest, and he's the one that was in the car wreck last week, so we didn't have our live. Totaled out his truck versus tractor. He's a very lucky young man to even be alive right now. But he, and no more injuries than he actually ended up with. He had a severe concussion and lots of stitches up on his arm. And if I ever get brave enough to edit the video and show you the pictures, you're going to go, oh my goodness. But anyway, Rooster has a channel where he just like reviews tools, hand tools, like snap-on stuff and wrenches and stuff like that. And he's never showed his face on it. So, he finally said the other day, he's like, if I get 100 family members, I'll do a face reveal. So I'm trying to get him to 100 and make him do that.
Hang on, I gotta go look. I'm pretty sure he's on my. I'm pretty sure I have him. Let's. You want to throw a link out there?
Yeah,
it'd be hard to find.
Let's get a link
it
for that.
wasn't hard when I looked. I just had to be sure I was watching the right place. So
yeah,
it's out there. So curiosity moving forward, because all 3 of you, have been a part of this in one way or another. What do you guys think about the Q&A thing for my early live?
Love it.
I did. You made me cry in one of yours, though. So I don't know, but no, I really did. I did love the questions and answers. I really did. Made me think a lot about myself. So
that's good.
About like the songs. Well, I have no idea what songs. I'm like on my phone. I'm like, Dale stole him.
And by the way,
songs I could think of. So
Lisa was proud of me. My good song choices there. She said, "Good job, honey."
Excellent.
So I'm gonna throw a question out to you guys tonight.
Oh,
sorry.
Okie dokie, Dad.
All right, Blue
first.
Blue's first, because we've done this before.
Okay, we'll go with Blue.
What
Nick, give me your top. I don't know. They jumped on you and said you could go first, so I went with it.
Okay.
Your top 3 Christmas songs of all time.
Oh, I'm not sure I can do Christmas songs because I really don't do traditional Christmas music. I like Fairy Tale in New York by the Pogues and Kirsty MacColl. Okay, that one. But I really love Christopher Lee's heavy metal Christmas album, and that is my bestest favorite, and it goes on at 5 o'clock every Christmas morning, and if anyone tries to stop me, they get their arms broken. Just saying.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Don't like it, get a Pella. I don't care. It's going
Oh,
on.
I love that. That's funny.
But yeah, I love that because it's completely non-traditional for me, and yeah.
Okay.
And upsets the
So, ladies first.
Okay.
Well, you gotta love it when you can upset a neighbor. You know, Chris.
I will have to say that traditional Christmas hymns are my favorites. I love going Christmas caroling. We do it as a homeschool group where Larry actually pulls a trailer and we go get out a straw and the kids sit and we go around neighborhoods and sing. And it's cold. I mean, because we get snow. So I do like Oh Holy Night and those. But I have to say, if I'm going to pick one that is not a traditional, let's see, Toby Keith, Blame It on the Mistletoe has got to be my favorite country version of a Christmas song ever. So there you go.
That's a good choice. I think that's a great choice.
Yeah.
What about you, Dale?
So you want me to give you 3. So the first one would have to be Mary Did You Know?
Mm-hmm.
I
Ooh, that's a
consider
good
that a
one.
Christmas song.
Yeah.
The second one would have to be, as in would be Christmas Shoes.
Oh, song. Good song.
And I'm going to go back to the churchy thing to Holy Night probably would be my third. Sorry.
That's good.
And if you grab the Martina McBride version of it, her voice is haunting. So,
oh yeah,
there you go.
That's good. That's good.
There you go. But I like the answers too, because sometimes you have to have the non-traditional in order to.
I love it.
See the outside. So it's not always the same.
Yeah,
same old thing.
Mm-hmm. I celebrate Yule. I don't celebrate Christmas. Okay. Christmas is for the family and for everybody else. So I don't really do Christmas except for, everybody else. So yeah.
Right.
So mine's over and done with 3 days before yours is.
That makes sense. See?
Yeah.
See, you get to do everything more fun.
Yeah.
See, and in our household, we actually because we homeschool, we don't take summers off of schooling. We actually take from Thanksgiving through New Year's off. We do a different schedule because of Larry's work schedule, because he works for the school district.
Yeah.
He works at 12-month. He's a 12-month employee, not a 10-month employee. So he doesn't get summers off. So we've always opted, we go on family vacations a lot of times between Thanksgiving and New Year's. So we do a lot of that, but we take off that time because that's the time in our lives, instead of us going and doing stuff outside, we stay inside and bake cookies and make gingerbread houses. And it's been our tradition of doing that. Right. I actually have a list of 30 things to do in December before Christmas. And we go through and do a check mark and do that every year. And it's just been a tradition, but it's learn about different cultures of Christmas and how it's, who St. Nicholas is represented. We do it all, when it comes to that. So it's really kind of cool to hear that you celebrate Yule as well, because there's so many different versions or ways to look at different holidays. So, my children, when I taught in China, they don't celebrate Christmas at all.
No.
So they get ready for Chinese New Year, which is in January. Right. And that is like a big deal to them, and the red envelopes and the money exchange and that. So we've learned about all the different cultures all around the world.
Yeah.
Being an international teacher has been really cool in that sense. So.
Yeah. See, I think people don't realize that there's actually about 73 different holidays between the beginning of December and mid-January. So, and they're not all Christmas. And I think, people lose that, and because they just don't understand. I mean, like, You look at things like the Festival of Lights, which is utterly one of the most beautiful celebrations at that time of the year.
Mhm.
It's stunning, which is why we put fairy lights all over our ceiling. And they tend to stay there year round because, you know, once they're up, they're staying there.
It's too much work to take them back
I
down
think,
and back up again.
I think
You
I was
know?
going to say, I'm sure Gail would agree with me that that sounds like an American, I'm too lazy, Christmas lights go up and, hey, they're early for next year.
No, that's a Tanny's too short to get up the ladder too often, and you know, he can't
Okay,
be bothered.
okay.
So yeah, that's
I get
fine.
it.
And then I get the win because I get fairy lights year round. So.
That's funny. I think, you know, I think the thing, you know, that's for me, it's what's important. It's not so much, and everybody's got a different opinion, and I'm willing to acknowledge that. Really, we all live in different countries. We have different traditions and beliefs and things like that. I think it really comes down to is if you can spend the time with your family, make it memorable, and enjoy yourself and your family's time. Sorry, I'm having button issues here. I think that's really what's important. You know, I think it, in today's day and age, it's hard to really see a lot of people doing that anymore. It's not like it used to be where, you know, and I get that situations are different, but I mean, it used to be where you'd go spend the day before at grandma and grandpa's, you'd stay there the whole day, and then you'd leave that night or whatever it may be. And it seems like you hear now it's just the immediate family because the gas is too expensive or the weather is doing whatever, or this family member is fighting with that family member or whatever it may be. And I love to hear like what Chris said in the sense of we take a checklist and mark it off in that time period because I know Chris is spending time with her family in the ability to accomplish that 30 checks. It has to be a family thing. Blue,
Absolutely.
I get it because you,
Larry's involved.
and that's wonderful. That is.
It does exist, you guys. See?
Right. And I'm not, and don't misunderstand me because I know both Chris and Dale are you have the religious part of it, and I'm not trying to extract that out of what Christmas is for Christmas, but I think it's also a part of those traditions you create with your family, extending that on so that the kids have traditions and beliefs and they follow those as well, which I'm sure Blue does in her situation too, to some degree. So
Now,
for me, it's really about that unity you get when you're spending with family during those times. So
yeah,
I love hearing it.
Dale, what are some of the activities that you and your family do at Christmas time in December?
Other than fight,
Fights.
actually, no. Most of ours are going to center around dinner. It of course changed when the farm boss came into play the last couple of years. Our granddaughter,
Right.
and so
And how old is she?
she's 2.5.
Okay.
So she's getting like real fun now. But it was so a lot of our Christmas is
cool.
We haven't really talked about it, but both of Lisa's parents are no longer with us, and she lost both of them relatively young, and so her family is a very large blended family. So they're all over, and so sometimes we get together, sometimes we don't. My family is all right here by us, and so we end up having so we have Christmas at my dad's and then Christmas at my mom's because of course they aren't together anymore, and stuff like that. And then we have to have it with his family because he wants a separate one from his family, and then my mom's side of the family. And then, so we've finally got to, we go through all that. And then like the week following Christmas, we have a Christmas with just us and our kids, our children, their spouses, and our grandchild. And we've opened it up to their friends. So
Nice.
like this last year, my daughter's best friend actually married my daughter's husband's brother. So now they're in-laws. You know, my daughter and her best friend are now sister-in-laws. But
That's awesome.
So they showed up with their baby, and we had, you know, dinner and like Christmas together. But instead of all of the whole, you got to buy all the expensive presents and everything. Instead, we went to the dollar store, Lisa and I did, and we bought like $50 worth of just $1 items. Like the silliest things you've ever seen in your life.
Yes.
And Vienna sausages was one of those. Keep that in mind. And we got a deck of cards that were Wheel of Fortune. Family Feud, excuse me, Family Feud. So
well, if Lisa's gonna sit there and tell you, have her sit down with you.
Yeah, she's over there. She's actually doing laundry. But anyway, so we got these Family Feud cards, and then the first round the spouses played together. The second round the spouses didn't want to play together. But anyway, they won, and they got to pick out, because Lisa and I wrapped these 50, and of course none of them looked like they were.
Right.
And so
that's hilarious.
Well, about halfway through that game, they win this can of Vienna sausages. One group does. The whole group, I thought we were going to have a WWE brawl in the front room. They wanted this can. So then we had to play a sudden death round to win over the can. And at the end of the night, I mean, they left here. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and these babies, you know, are still here. And we're going, you guys need to get home. Oh, no, we're having fun. And every one of them's like, I wish our Christmases with all the family was like this. Because it wasn't about anything other than having fun as a family. You know?
That's so cool. We do a kind of a similar game with dollar store items as well. We do what's called the Saran Wrap game, and I buy about $50 worth of random weird dollar store toys. Now, take it, most of my children are adults and they have spouses, and I get 4 or 5 rolls of Saran wrap of Saran film, and we start.
Oh, that's hilarious!
I'll buy a $20 gift card for the center, and then we start wrapping in Saran, and we wrap these gifts into this big ball. And I have big dice, and they have to roll doubles, and everybody wears a pair of mittens, winter gloves, and has to pull the Saran off, and they win what they can get out.
In the amount of time until the person
rolls a double and then it gets the next person. And we've been doing this game since the kids were little, but now all of my, my son-in-laws and my daughter, they all are involved in this. And it's like you said, it's WWE over a dollar store baby doll and a Snickers bar and Vienna. I haven't done the Vienna sausages, but that's a great idea for this next year. So it's the same kind of thing. You make those family traditions, and we do, and it's hilarious because my 20-year-old nephew won a pink dollar store baby doll last year. It is sitting on his dresser in his room at his home.
Oh yeah, that's
adult. I mean, he's married and has, his wife, and he's got his doll that he won from his auntie.
Yeah, you remember those little games that were like the water, and you'd like push the button, and the little plastic deal would go. We got like 2 or 3 of those, and the adult kids like to fight over them. I'm like, you wouldn't even play with those when you were kids. Why do you want them now?
Because they realize how much fun they were.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I love
that's funny.
With the wrapped with rocks and empty bags. I love that.
I love that. Yeah,
that is amazing.
We actually did that to Lisa's niece one year. Go ahead, Tony.
No, I was going to say is I remember one of my uncles when I was younger, he did that to, I think it was I think it was my grandma, but he got her a necklace. I mean, and it was in a little box. That thing started out in a refrigerator box. And then she'd have to open that. And I mean, all the way down to that. She would have loved to have beat him when she figured out what he was doing. That was hilarious.
Our niece, we did that with the rock, just like
that was a different one.
Was saying, and she opens up. I mean, this great big, and then another box, and then another box, and it gets down to about this big, you know. And there's a rock in there, and they opened it up, and they asked her. They said, "Well, what is it?" And she just looks around, and goes, "A rock." And they're like, "Well, do you like it?" And she's like, "I love it." And it just really backfired on him.
That's funny.
Love it.
I remember talking about that kind of thing. My wife brought up something just out of curiosity. I'll give you my example, and then I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. So one of my other grandmas, it was my step grandma, from my stepmom's side, and she was a prankster. I mean, always was a prankster. But unfortunately for my father, he was the one that always got the prank. Okay, so my dad one year, German chocolate cake was his favorite cake. So Grandma Babe was her name. No, you can't, right? Grandma Babe was the prankster, and so she goes and makes him a German chocolate cake. The only problem is that the layers of cake were actually styrofoam.
Oh no!
Yeah. So of course, Dad. Oh, and then she put turtles inside of the cake. Well, my dad has dentures, so that never was going to work in the first place. He goes through to cut the cake. Of course, he gets probably about 10 minutes into it, and he threw the cake is what he did. But so my dad also likes almond roca. That's one of his favorite candies, right? So my grandma went and got OB tampons and rolled each one of them in chocolate and nuts, unwrapped almond roca candy, and rewrapped them and put them in a canister and gave them to my dad for Christmas.
Oh, no way.
He never again would take any food gift from her ever again.
I bet. I'm
So
still
I'm
here.
curious.
I'm going to grab my charger here.
Okay, so we'll start with the ladies. Do you guys have any similar kind of thing you've dealt with?
Not so much from me, because we had foster kids for so long. We had to be really, really careful, because if they got a prank gift, that could trigger an incident. And, you know, they were used to, some of them were very used to getting nothing at Christmas. So if you gave them a box with nothing in it, it would have been devastating for them.
Devastating, right?
Yeah. Yep. So we had one Christmas, though, where we had another 8 children were dropped at our house on Christmas Eve at 10 o'clock in the morning. So my ex-husband and I ran to the shops, like literally just got in the car and just sped off so that those kids could have exactly what everybody else was having the next day. Mm-hmm. And we were making sure that everybody had the same.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah. So, because, you know, to me, it's like everybody gets the same, you know. I'm not really one for pranking with things like that, because I think, because I have got that mentality of, you know, people can get hurt, and right. I can't do that. I can't do that. You know, it's different if it's me and Tanny. Tanny and I will, you know, prank each other all the time. And you've heard us talking, Tony, and thought we were fighting, and we were never fighting. You know, because we banter with each other all the time and call each other all sorts of names, but we don't mean it, because there's a difference from when we do mean it. But yeah, I think
I got my 13-year-old. I struggle with her sometimes, because I try to get her to understand what you just explained. I'm all about having fun, but if it's not reciprocated on the flip side, or felt the same way on the flip side, that actually can hurt somebody. So you really got to be careful about that. But Chris and Dale, what about you guys?
You know, we've done the present wrapping where it was, you know, a little itty bitty item and we wrapped it 15 times. As a matter of fact, Elle, my 18-year-old, that's how she got her car, was her keys were wrapped in,
Whoa.
in a package. And so, and we lined the package with bricks and things like that to make it like it was a big gift. And she unwrapped the first one and she's like, criminy, there's another one, and dug through. Her birthday's in December as well. So it was kind of a double decker, you know, present, but we don't normally prank each other per se. I don't think we've just ever gotten into that. My brother-in-law, he does. So we just kind of avoid Jason and his pranking at times. But yeah, we've never really done the hardcore pranking, if you want to call it.
That's
right.
Us. Yeah, but we've never, I mean, like I said, the rock deal or the several presents, but we've never done anything like that. But
sorry. I put a comment up and it cut Dale's head off. Sorry.
That's okay. I want to say hi to Jan, Simply Jan in there.
Yes. Hello.
She had internet problems, so she couldn't have hers tonight. And I know she's been struggling all day.
That darn country internet.
It is.
Keep talking about it.
You was talking about Blue's dial up.
Right.
That's what we're on here.
Wow.
Dial-up.
Yeah.
And they came within a half a mile of our house with fiber optic and wouldn't come the half a mile here because it's just us and a gentleman that our closest neighbor is another half a mile down the road, and he's I'm not trying to say anything bad here, but he's 80 some odd years old and he doesn't care about
internet is not his top priority.
No, it's not.
Okay. Gotcha.
So we would be the only people on the line, and it was kind of the same story as Chris's. I'm like, so why don't you bring it to our house? And they're like, well, are you willing to pay to trench it all the way there? Because we're like 13 inches from solid high quartz limestone here that like when they try to cut, I mean, it'd have to be rock solid the whole way, you know, and they're like, no, we're not going to do that.
Wow.
We just struggle here. We're on the struggle bus. And it's the only internet provider. Everybody's like, have you tried, you know, this satellite provider or that satellite provider? Right. We've called them all. They've come here and they're like, nope, there's no service there.
Yeah.
So
I've heard of a lot of, you go and talk about, you know, just what you said. You go and talk about, well, I got a problem with this server because we have Spectrum right now. And I'm sorry, they're not the best. I'm here to tell you. And they're like, well, why don't you go to another one? I only have two options. It's Spectrum or it's CenturyLink, which is, I think, AT&T as well now. Yeah. And then we get a choice of HughesNet or Starlink. Well, here, neither one of the satellite systems work very well. So I'm no better off than where I was for twice the amount of money. So
and Casey has he's got the HughesNet, and you saw how he was able to get on with us last week.
Right.
So the same way he actually posted on there, I just want internet that works.
Oh, bless him.
He was his heart. I'm with you, Blue. Bless his heart, because he had the hardest time last week.
Yeah.
Teresa says my kids would fill the toes of shoes with Kleenex. That's funny.
Yeah.
I'm glad no one ever did that to me. Let's just put it that way. I have to laugh that one off because I'm like, oh, that would be rough.
So, have you guys met any new channels this week that are worth looking at if anybody's out there that wants to look up some new channels?
I started watching Fermented Homestead.
Okay. I've been watching
her. I've started watching her. I loved her video that she did. And I think I connected with it because she was moving at the same time I was moving, and we were doing our videos in moving situations. So I kind of really like that. But yeah, I'm actually feeling pretty lazy at the moment because she's been at her new place for less than a week and she's got her garden in and everything's done. And I'm like, I've been here a month and our grass is like this tall and I can't get in my back garden. And yeah, okay.
Dale, what about you?
Well, this is not a channel that has been, I mean, literally their first video dropped this week. But I'm kind of feel connected to them because the little farmstead that sets up next to us at the world's smallest farmers market, unconfirmed, that does the goat milk soap and raises all the ingredients. I've been working on her for a couple months because she already does a blog and she does, I mean, it's just this amazing work. And I'm like, you need to do YouTube because they live, I mean, they're like Chris next door to me, you know. They live the life. Like they eat everything from their own farm. They don't source anything from anywhere. And so finally, all of a sudden, 2 nights ago, I'm thumbing through and boom, there's this new video dropped and it's Prairie Rose Homestead is their name. And she dropped her first video and it's awesome. Their gardens are awesome. Their farm. And I hope they put out more. And I know I have lots and lots of channel friends, but I feel like I took part in this to help push them over the edge. And I'm trying to encourage them more and more. They're a very young family with a couple of small children. And I think they're going to do very well in this if they'll stay with it, you know.
And you said they have a channel already, Dale?
Yep. Yeah, I'll drop it because I did join them.
Thank you.
So.
Yep, thanks.
Have we got a link?
I'm sorry?
I was just looking to see if we had a link yet because I can't find them.
I'm going to, it's Prairie Rose Farmstead. And I've got the link right here. Let me click it.
I didn't mean to chop your head off again, Dale, but I think
you're fine.
Jesse,
I'm used to it.
Oh, that's funny stuff right there. Thank you. Jesse put a link up, and it was a rural internet that works by living. Finally, a rural internet that works by living conditions. So maybe you guys can go and look at theirs and see what they came up with, just as a thought. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Chris, what about you?
You know, I have not been looking for any extra, but I did go through and I watched everything from Mayfield, from Katie over there. We challenged Katie at Mayfield Ranch to join the $50 February challenge, and she accepted. And so I watched every one of her videos today.
Oh, wow.
I sat and did. She has 36 videos on her channel right now because they're a newer channel, 129 subscribers. And I actually sat and watched while I was working today. I had 100 and some odd tumblers to get to the livestock show this morning. And so I actually sat and watched those as I was eating tumblers today. So I'll drop her link too, because she's doing awesome. But like one of her videos, her newest video is talking about overwintering a pepper plant that she had and how much she harvested off of it.
Right.
So that was kind of a cool video. But yeah, so it's Mayfield Ranch is who. So it's not a new channel because I've been following them for a while, but I watched every one of their videos today. So.
Okay, good. I'm gonna mention one, and it's not one that's new. I think to most of us, Blue may not have heard of them, but I know that Chris and Dale both have. And I'm not trying to push it to a point where it becomes obnoxiously awkward, because he's really pushing his channel out on his own and has been, but he's a huge community supporter, and that's Byron over at 12 Stones.
Oh, yes.
He is a great guy. He's an asset to this community. He's been nothing but supportive of all the channels. He's starting to get out on live shows. He's starting to try to put more stuff out there. He's a young person that's going to be around for a while. He's got, I think it's 36 acres of land, Dale. Is that right?
Yep. And the story
And
behind his name is amazing.
it is.
If you
It
guys
is.
don't know it.
But I would like you guys. I'm not going to tell you that because
Nope.
Byron's already agreed to be on my earlier show on July 5th. So I would like him to be able to come out and tell his own story. So
He just needs to get me more content. I've watched his content and
Yep.
I'm hungry for more. You know?
Me too. Yep.
Now, Byron came on to one of our Monday lives for us when we did a giveaway and won. And I think he only had like 15 subscribers at that point. He's up to 80 something right now. But he was so very funny because he's like, oh my gosh, I won. Like he was and so he ended up with some soap and he did a shout out video to us. He received that and some other mail calls from some people just this week. So I got a chance to see that video as well. I spend a lot of time watching everybody's videos when I'm sitting behind a heat press.
I get it. Yeah, it makes sense.
I have 3 minutes before I have to open the heat press and move things around. So it's, 3 minutes is not enough to wash a floor. That's my thing. So it's enough though to put a video on and sit and watch it, you guys. So
well, I think the other thing I like about Byron is that he's a sincere person. He really there's just something about him I like his approach. He's just flat out nice to people and just wants everybody to succeed, that kind of thing. And I really want to try to help lift him up as much as I can. And another one I'll throw out there is Mitchell over at Hendrickson's family farm. He's really trying and working. It's not that I really necessarily want to see him in a tutu or a leotard or yoga pants or any of that. If you check out my community, aside from Dale, if you check out my community page, there's a post about what he's up against. And he made a bet that if he got to 500 subscribers by July 16th, correct me if I'm wrong, Dale, he would wear yoga pants, let the girls do his hair and makeup, and he would do cartwheels in the front yard.
Let his daughters do hair and makeup.
Awesome.
And he would do a cartwheel in the front yard.
And it started out just the cartwheel.
Go ahead.
It started out just the cartwheel. And Dale.
Okay.
And Josh from Skinner Farms.
Yep.
And quite a few other of our family here were thrown out additional. And then all of a sudden he had to wear a wig. And then he was getting his nails done. And he was wearing a tutu and yoga pants. And then he came up at some point. So poor Mitchell. I feel for him, but at the same time, I am screenshotting every bit of that. So, and I am not afraid to say that. And I will be posting a video on video. So, yeah.
I want everybody to realize, or at least. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I want everybody to realize there is a clip tool.
There is.
Underneath videos. Just remember that.
Yeah, I have a clip of you, Tony, with your Tony locks.
You mean when the loose pipe come out?
Tony locks. Oh, don't start the loose pipe conversation, please. Did you see me last night in the green and black I was wearing?
Yeah, you were fabulous. That's all I can say.
But
you what?
We have a lot
you were
of fun.
fabulous.
We have a lot of fun when Tony, Jesse, the Mod Father, Mitchell,
Jesse,
and either Josh from Skinner Farm or Steven from Mr. Boots Bounty.
Yes.
You get us together, it gets to be a pretty wild time. But
it does. Yep.
Jan from Simply Jan, she actually, the loose faucet took over, and that's where the mankini come from.
Yeah.
They're gonna. Yeah. But
yes. The last time all this was going down, I was actually on my phone outside doing chores and left to right, spit and drink as I was listening to you guys. You know, I think I hosed myself at some point because I was laughing so hard. So, and I stayed off of it. I wasn't about to come onto that live, but I was listening to every bit of that one. So now I want you to know Mitchell is at 456 subscribers, you guys. So he is 44 away from his 500 mark.
And I'd really like to see us get to 60 or 70 more just so we can make that 500 stick.
Absolutely.
That's the struggle with Mitchell. You know, Mitchell and I talk a lot. We're relatively close together. And that's been his biggest struggle is he'll gain, and instead of losing like 5 or 10 family members, he loses like 50, like overnight.
Wow.
And then it takes him like a week to get back that 50, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I actually heard him last night. I think he said something. It was like 20, but I was like, I lose him and I gain him and I lose him and I gain him. But I have not had that impact he's talking about before.
No, because him and I actually looked at his channel one night and he had like 420 family members. And I called him the next day and I'm like, man, you're getting close. And he goes, well, hold on, let me look. And he looked and it was like 360, just like overnight.
Wow.
Wow.
No, and
that's unreal.
Does that, but it's only 5 or 6. It's not this huge.
Yes.
Is it?
Like last night we got up, we were at 9996 or something, and I woke up this morning and we were at 99, and I'm like, come on. But we gained 35 yesterday. So I get that. It makes you wonder though what it is on his channel that's so different. But I just looked at mine and mine's down backwards 2 again. So we're still over the 10K mark, but barely. So tomorrow we may have to really push and try and get a few more just to make sure we're above. But it's so sad for me to see Mitchell struggling so much. And it's like, why? Because we're all the same people on the same pages. I mean, it just gets
hard
how
at it too.
Works. He does. He surely does. And he's a great guy. He's doing amazing with his channel. I love listening to him during his lives, especially his Thursday night when he's got the kids and his wife, and they're so real, and that's what makes his lives fun, you know.
There was
that's where I was going to go with that while ago, but the girls are now involved in this deal. If you didn't catch his live last night, talking about they're like, oh yeah, and when Dad hits 1K, when we hit 1K with the channel, this is what we're going to do. So now the kids are involved. They bought into 100%. So that's what this is about, guys. I mean, that family is doing this together. And what's this?
Teresa S.
Harvest Right contest?
Yeah, Teresa S. posted a Harvest Right website freeze dry giveaway, and I just jumped on the Harvest Right website, and that's their giveaway. It says you can between May 23rd and August 16th, so it's a quarterly. But definitely put in for that, you guys, because like I said, these machines are amazing. They are truly amazing. And when Larry and I make a big batch of soup, for instance, I double my recipe and I put half of it through the freeze dryer just so, you know, Larry has food for lunch. And I put it in jars and he takes freeze dried soup and all he has to do is add hot water. It's fresh, frozen fresh. I mean, it's good stuff. So
there's one more channel I would like to throw out there, and that is the lady sitting below Chris and Larry there. Blue is at 348 subscribers. She's working on getting her channel growing. She's a sweetheart. She does a lot of budgeting videos, gardening videos, canning videos. And I would love to see her get some more subscribers because she's all about the community. And she made a comment to me one time that I don't think she minds me sharing. She said, I would rather my subscribers be real subscribers and not phony subscribers, or something to that effect. And I think that says a lot about her channel. She keeps it the way she wants to keep it. She's not bought into a lot of hubbub about it. And I didn't mean to put you on the spot, but I think we need to push you as well, because I'd love to see your numbers grow.
Thank you.
You don't have to thank me. That's what we do here, right, guys?
Absolutely.
That's right.
So if you guys haven't, you need to go check her stuff out and watch it, because now she's on a delay because she's moved. So bear with that.
Yeah, once this internet's sorted out, because at the moment it's taking me 12 hours to upload a video.
Yes.
5 minutes long. So there's a few shorts that I've been putting out because I can get those out on my phone, but I'm not doing full videos at the moment. You're lucky you got the jam one, okay?
That was done before you moved. I love that. I really have to say, I know Chris says it a lot, and I'm not saying she doesn't, but Dale, he is trying to up your nose about it. If you got a community page, share these channels out, because that's how we're able to do it.
Absolutely.
So, yep.
When I've emphasized multiple
I say that to everybody.
Right.
And I tell people, if you have that community page, schedule out. Rich Cat contacted me the other day and said, hey, I've got a video coming out on Friday. Can you throw it out there? So I'm like, yes. And I put it on my community page to release 15 minutes after their video came out, to make sure that it was good. And so you can do that too. You can schedule it out in 15-minute intervals throughout days ahead. So I do that quite a bit, especially if somebody contacts me and says, hey, Chris, check this one out. I'm absolutely going to throw that out on my page, and a link, and, and then some.
Yep.
So,
I'm very, Blue, I'm going to let you know. I don't know if you've seen it, but Brenda at Redbird Farm says you're not at 350. So that's how we do it. 350.
What?
There's some conversation on freeze dry in the chat. I'm going to address this really quick, you guys. Teresa S says, if you can't grow your own food, you can always buy frozen. Absolutely. We actually buy bulk food from a local mercado here that gets cases of fruits and vegetables, and I get those in the off season. So I will throw that. You can freeze dry milk. We do a lot of our goat milk in that. And then Dark Lord says, sadly, some of the freeze dry foods to buy have soy in them. Used as a filler preservative. Thrive Life, and I'll throw my link out there for Thrive Life. They do not. Theirs is straight fruits and vegetables, straight meat. There's nothing added to it.
Nothing added at all. Yeah. I've bought a couple of them I want to throw it out there. I bought a couple of them. The ingredient for carrots, the ingredients say just carrots. Garlic, it's just garlic. It's nothing else added to it.
And this one, you guys, I am an affiliate with these guys, so this is my link for Thrive Life.
But wait, there's more.
This is the affiliate links that I put in my videos, whether it's the Harvest Right freeze dryer or my Amazon links, or all of that goes back to my family. That's why we're an Amazon influencer. That's why we're an Instagram influencer. We've been doing this for a long time. So when we get that little extra, that just, every little penny helps. But I actually do buy Thrive Life for my family. I buy their monthly special, even though I have my own freeze dryer. I actually buy the monthly special every single month so that I can fill it into my pantry cabinet and we use it. Night before last, I had chicken salads. I did not have any chicken defrosted. So guess what? I went and reached for a can of chicken, and it's shelf stable. That's what I love about all freeze dry. As long as you store it properly, it can be shelf stable up to 25 years. So whether it's your own that you put in Mylar bags or jars or stuff that you buy, as long as you keep it in dry, cool. But that's the affiliate link that I've got for Thrive Life, and like I said, I love their food. It's just kind of part of. I had the kids do a video the other night, and they're like, "Yay!" They just gotten back from a water park, so they're sunburned across their faces, and they've got the shipping boxes, and they're falling asleep as we're doing a video, and I just laughed because I'm like, "Dude, you just ate this for dinner." But look at that.
We just watched that video, by the way, and we made that same comment where Lisa goes, Ro looks really excited for that.
She was just like, dude, are you seriously videoing me? I've already been over for 5 hours today.
We got to chuckle. We got to chuckle about it.
Well, the first part of that video was at 6 o'clock that morning before they left. And they actually all got up at 4 that morning to get to the ranch that Ro works at to get her job done before they caught the bus, which I just laughed because I'm like, I got to go with Larry. I get to go do some stuff with kids. And they come home and they're just like, we're so tired. But yeah, definitely check out that link because there's some pretty cool food, and they do every month have something really cool. I mean, they have a special. This month was, oh my gosh, it was pulled like a shredded beef, powdered milk, red bell peppers, onions, sliced onions, and then it had like strawberries, blackberries, and raspberries or something. And the pantry size cans, which are 6 servings, it was like $100 for all of it combined.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
And then if you're a delivery one, you get isn't it a 15% discount on top of that?
You sure do. And that's what we do is I just go in and I fill up my little shopping cart and say, oh, deliver it on such and such day. And I can schedule it a payday.
Right.
And then, all of a sudden it's here. You know what I mean? And that's my grocery bill. That's half of my grocery bill. And I do that on purpose. The other half is I try and buy bulk and stock up. And then like we make our own refried beans. Well, I put them through the freeze dryer. And then I've got refried bean powder that I can use anytime. So you find all the sales and do it that way.
Yeah.
Well, and it's what I've really tried to been pushing to a lot of people when we have, not on lives, but when we have a conversation on the phone, texting, Instagram, whatever it may be, is you got to look at it as it's not just what am I canning, what am I growing, what am I doing with this, that, and the other. Freeze drying or freeze dried foods is another great shelf stable. If you can do it, I know not everybody can, but somebody else had put, and I think it was Teresa, I'm not positive. Somebody had said if you don't have the freeze dryer capability, remember you can flash freeze your food in the freezer too. Now you do have the freezer issue to deal with as far as electricity going out or whatever, but until maybe you can get to that point, maybe you can freeze or dry that food so that you're putting what you make, you're not losing out because you didn't do something with it.
Absolutely. And what people don't know, Tony, is that you can freeze milk, you can freeze eggs, you can freeze homemade cheese and homemade butter, and it comes out the same. And people don't always understand that. You know what? My milk, all I do is take it out, and I actually put it in Ziploc bags, and you just kind of squish it around and make sure that it's all mixed back together.
Right.
You do a stick blender in a blender if you wanted to.
Yeah.
So what we started doing is when we go to I'll say a big box grocery store that's known for, cheaper and larger quantities. So their milk's on sale right now.
Are you talking about Walmart?
No, not that one. It starts with an A. But anyway.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Target.
No. But anyway, so they had their milk on sale compared to everybody else here, and we don't have dairy on the farm yet. So we bought half gallons and we put them in our freezer. And everybody's like, wait, you froze your milk? Yeah. Because when we're ready for another one, we pull it out, put it in the fridge, let it defrost on its own in the fridge, shake it before you open it, and you got milk again.
Absolutely.
We used to do that a lot in Australia because otherwise, the milk goes off really, really quickly. So, straight in the freezer.
Okay, come on, Blue. Let's do 4 squares here. Come on, shake it. Shake it.
What are you doing? I have no idea what I'm doing.
I have no idea.
You're shaking it. You're shaking it.
Oh,
Dark don't freeze eggs in the shells. I should have brought that up. Ice cube trays from the dollar store work amazing for that. You break an egg into each little slot and then freeze it, and then you pop them out and put them in a Ziploc bag and label your date on your Ziploc bag so you eat your oldest ones first, because if not, I always reach for the ones at the top of the freezer, not the bottom of the freezer. But yeah, do it that way. I actually freeze dry all my eggs now because 2 tablespoons of freeze dried egg powder that I scramble is an egg. And then you do 2 tablespoons of water and egg.
Oh, I love the freeze. You froze and you went ugly.
Awesome. See, I just am here to entertain y'all.
The other day, I think it was my early life on Tuesday, I was sitting there, and you know how you sit there and with your tongue you clean your teeth kind of thing?
Yeah.
It froze right when I'm like, and my tongue's sticking out. I'm like, oh, gotta love that.
Mine's always the photographs when you've got a fork to your mouth.
Yeah.
Every Thanksgiving, that's the picture of me.
Oh, yeah, gotta love that.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
And I want to go backwards here for a moment, if I can, Tony. When we were talking about people joining Blues family, don't do it immediately.
Yeah.
Or if you do it immediately, make sure that you're staying connected. Like, make it a mission this week that you go and comment and watch 2 or 3 videos, 1 a day for 2 or 3 days, or else it will drop off. I mean, that goes for any channel that you guys do that.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a creator that's putting out content, because it's going to be viewed some other way.
Right. Chris, where are you going?
I was trying to grab the stuff off my printer to see what I printed earlier because I have boxes.
So we have a theme
Bye,
song.
Jesse.
Are you guys all ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
You got to do the dance. I don't care whether it gets monetized or not. I'm not monetized, so.
There you go.
There's your humor for the night.
It's less than 30 seconds. You're fine.
Yeah, I intentionally. That's what I find really crazy. I can go to Instagram and I can put any song I want on to match up the video I put out there or the clip I put out there.
Right.
But I can't do that on YouTube. What is the difference?
But the ones on if you have a look at the ones on Instagram, they're only 20 seconds long, the clips.
Yeah, but I could put 5 20-second songs together and make a 2-minute video.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's only 20 seconds of that music, because the thing is that if you're using it, you haven't actually paid the people who own the music.
You're supposed to be on my side, not their side.
I can't be on your side. I used to be I used to work with these people, and I can't be on your
Oh,
side
we're
on this
talking about
because,
those people.
you know, yeah, I used to be an artist liaison for backstage at festivals and stuff, and I know how hard these guys work.
They
You know?
work hard. I give them the credit that they work hard. I just want to steal their music, okay?
Hey, I can't even get them to
I'm
write
joking.
me a piece
I'm
of
joking.
music for you know, just so that I've got like a 5-second intro.
Yeah,
Right.
You know?
that's
So, you know, you ain't getting it for free if I can't get it.
Okay. Okay. All right, guys. We've been on. Somebody want to say something?
no.
Okay.
I was
Oh,
reading
he's like,
comments.
no, I want out of here. I'm done.
No, I didn't say that.
Are you done? Okay. Bye then. We'll
Yeah, I
just
was
keep
just
going.
gonna say. I think Blue just said bye bye.
Blue's
Bye
just
for
getting
now.
up. What are you talking about? She's just waking up now.
I'm just waking up, dude. It's 6:30.
I'm just looking at our numbers, and we got less and less in here now. So,
That's okay.
but if you guys hold on, I'll go ahead and end the show. And thank everybody for being here. Thanks the mods. I appreciate that
Yay,
100%.
Those
Do a
thumbs
thumbs up. I have another live coming Tuesday night at 4 p.m.
Oh.
And that'll be with Chris and Larry Homestead with Chris. It'll be with Dale from 9 Acre Family Farms, Cassandra from Becoming a Farm Girl, and Leanne from Mennonite Farmhouse. And we'll be back on our schedule. Say that again?
I make it Larry in there.
Ooh.
He's on
Well,
staycation
I'll give you guys
this
a heads
week.
up on it just so you know. We're going to talk about gardening and planting herbs.
Sweet.
That'll be the conversation. So,
Awesome.
and then don't forget, because we won't, for the late night chat I do on Fridays, we won't be on again for the end of Jam It Up June. So don't forget to go Jam It Up June. The last day is Thursday the 30th. That's the day of the giveaways. It'll be 4 o'clock my time, which is Pacific Daylight Time. So make sure you go and do all of these commenting on all those videos. You watch them, like, share, subscribe. 6
o'clock Central.
Thank you. 7 o'clock Eastern Standard.
Yes.
And I'm going to assume it's 5 o'clock
now. Sometime Arizona time.
What time is it for Blue? What time is Blue's time?
Well,
it'll be midnight her time.
Yeah,
I already know her schedule.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
She's 8 hours ahead of me.
Yeah.
Daz is, I think,
midnight.
16 hours ahead of me.
I could. It just depends if I have a bout of insomnia or not.
Oh,
Okay, yes. I have to.
Which is why I end up on other people's at 2 o'clock in the morning, my time sometimes.
What was that, Chris?
Brenda over at Redbird did ask a question really quick, and she says, I can't figure out how or where to get music the YouTube's okay to use. All of mine I pay for. I use Epidemic Sound.
Yeah.
But Tuber Chat, Kevin at Tuber Chat has his own music that is free to use on YouTube. I haven't been over there, but he's advertised it quite a bit.
Okay.
So
YouTube does have its own music as well.
But sometimes they'll still copyright, believe it or not.
Oh, what?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I got copyright dinged 3 weeks ago. I think it was 3 weeks or 4 weeks ago. I used Filmora, a song in the audio clip in Filmora. I got copyright dinged for their music.
You can appeal that, and I have.
I didn't worry about it. I just took the 20 seconds off, and they removed it. That was the end of the story. So.
Yeah, no, I appealed it when they did that to me, and I went, hang on a second, this has got nothing to do with that. This is this person, this person, this person.
Right.
The other thing that you can do is and they do suggest you do it, is to actually write down what the song is, where you got the song, where you got the music from, and then you write down all the information that you know about that song. Okay. So, you know, with Epidemic Sound, you've got all that information. With Filmora, you have a little bit of that information, but you can still use it. So just putting it there tends to stop that issue. And even with the YouTube stuff, if you put it down as this is YouTube music, la 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 la, they won't copyright it.
Okay.
And with Epidemic, I've never put a song title in everything.
No.
I pay I had $10 or $15 a month.
Yeah.
And it sounds like a lot when you first get started,
but it's worth it.
It's so worth it. And it's every single song that I use on every part of all of my channels. And in there, you can put in your Facebook address, your Instagram address, your TikTok, and you let them know so you're never hit with any copyright as long as they have everything on file.
Yeah.
So
I use KindMaster. I use KindMaster and KindMaster music on it.
Kind like KIND.
KINE Master.
Kind. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And the other thing you can do is if you're looking for music for when you're live streaming, because I know some channels like to have some background music, there is a streamers radio of copyright-free music that is specifically for streamers. It's called Pretzel Rocks. A lot of streamers for Twitch use it. I use it when I'm working on Twitch, but it's also acceptable by YouTube as well. And it's all completely copyright-free music. And you can just have it in the background.
That's good to know. Thank you. Appreciate that. All right, do you guys? Oh, I want to answer Brenda's question. Yes, tomorrow might be the first time through the collaboration I actually get the video out when it's supposed to be out, which will be 8 o'clock my time. The drawing for this week's videos for Jam It Up June. So make sure you comment on the videos for the week from Sunday. Don't start with me. I'm working on this.
Life happens.
Wow.
I'm like, Tony, we can't hear you. And I'm trying to type to him. And
of course, I see it 3 minutes into the video, and I'm like, oh, no.
Should have just texted you. It would have been easier.
Well, somebody said, yeah, we want a whole different conversation. So, anyways, thanks for being here, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for coming. We'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Hold on, guys, and I will take care of us.
Oh, God.